What's up everyone, it's Mark from SilencedTech, back again with another video. I hope you're all keeping well. Today we're going to be comparing the Viper Ultimate against Razer's newly released Viper Mini, a smaller version that will suit people on a budget since it only costs $39.99 US, and I'm also going to compare them with the Model O lineup from Glorious. First up, the Viper Ultimate. This mouse marks a new era for Razer, or some would say a return to form. In my opinion, the ambidextrous shape feels like an improved Zowie FK1. Since it's a lot shorter in length, the Model O feels extremely similar in the hand, both borrowing their shape from Zowie's most popular series. Razer's Viper Ultimate is of course wireless, which is a massive advantage over any Zowie or Glorious product, especially when it weighs just 74 grams. It has a response time as good as any wired mouse as well, and I do wonder why wired mice still even exist today. Razer's Hyperspeed Wireless has been flawless so far, on par with Logitech's Lightspeed technology for sure. Taking a look at the new Viper Mini, the wired mouse is comparable in overall dimensions to the Model O- from Glorious, but shorter in length. Weight, it comes in at 60 grams, not that much heavier than the Model O- at 58, but with the added benefit of not having any holes anywhere, which some people will prefer. I don't really care either way as long as there's none on the sides, as they can affect my grip. Switching back to the Viper Ultimate for a second, there's actually a lot of reasons why I feel the Mini is a superior mouse. For one, the price of the Ultimate is ridiculous at $149 US and 149 UK pounds. It's far out of reach for most people. Also, the included stand just needlessly jacks up the asking price, and when looking underneath, the crazy cutout that allows the mouse to rest on the stand just causes a weird, inconsistent feeling or glide over my mouse pad that honestly just throws off my aim. Looking underneath the Viper Mini, there's a nice flat surface that doesn't catch, rub or snag any part of my mousepad. The 100% Teflon feet are also excellent, the best stock feet on any mouse ever. They're on par with a set of Hyperglides in my opinion. Honestly, it's amazing how different the Ultimate and Mini are. One feels way over-engineered and the other has been kept really simple, resulting in a much better overall design. When factoring in the price, it's hard to recommend the Ultimate at all unless wireless is an absolute must. Checking out the sides of both mice, the Ultimate has these pre-installed unremovable rubber side grips that get quite slippery over time. Although they are extremely well made, they never seem to show any sign of wear. I just wish they were removable. In contrast, I much prefer the lack of any rubber grips on the Viper Mini. My other main concern with the Ultimate is the side buttons. Personally, I hate having them on both sides, and while I can live with that, the side buttons sitting flush with the rubber makes them difficult to activate. There are no side buttons on the right hand side of the Mini, and the lack of any grips means the ones remaining are much easier to use. If I decided to add my own grip tape on either side, I'll make sure to leave a decent gap between both buttons and the tape so it doesn't become an issue. The left and right clicks on both the Ultimate and Mini have a very different feel compared to any other brand. Razer used their own optical switches, and each one uses infrared light to register every click. Testing with Tile Frenzy, I found them extremely responsive. They have zero pre-travel and just the right amount of post-travel. They feel excellent. While testing the scroll wheels on both, I can't decide whether I like them. They certainly aren't much to shout about. Kind of expected considering the Mini's asking price, but disappointing on the Ultimate since it costs so much. Both have a pretty smooth scroll and fairly well defined steps. Behind the scroll wheel of the Mini is a DPI button. On the Ultimate it's directly underneath, and you're able to rebind it to any action via the Razer Snap software. When playing games I often rebind my DPI button for certain tasks, and I'm not sure why some mice have them up top and others underneath. I believe some esport pros reckon that a DPI button is better underneath to prevent accidental presses. Personally, I've never hit a DPI button by mistake ever in my life, and if you're worried about hitting it by mistake, then just unbind it. Moving on to gaming performance, every Viper mouse has a slightly different sensor. The Ultimate seems to have the best one compared to the others, called the Focus Plus. This is Razer's name for the PAW3399, developed in partnership with PixArt. Out of the box there are 5 predefined steps available: 400, 800, 1600, 2400 and 3200 DPI. On the other hand, the Viper Mini has a tweaked 3359 which achieves a maximum DPI of 8.5k. It may seem on paper that the Mini sensor isn't as good, but in the real world both sensors perform pretty much the same. While testing, I didn't notice any skipping, tracking issues, delay or acceleration of any kind. These days sensors perform so well, people should really be worried about stuff like shape etc. over anything else. Testing the lift-off distance on my Mini, the sensor stops registering at 3mm, just good enough. I did try the Razer Snap software, but I couldn't seem to alter the height no matter what surface I chose. Razer's Snap software has improved a lot in recent times. Both the Mini and Ultimate have onboard storage, so all of your settings will be saved to the mouse if you decide to uninstall the software. Settings are pretty basic. You can customize all of the buttons, sensitivity, polling rate, lighting effects, and lastly perform a surface calibration. Rounding off this comparison, there's a lot to like about the Mini over the way more expensive Ultimate version. I prefer the sides, the mouse feet, the DPI button placement, and the fact you can pick it up for a third of the price makes it an absolute steal. It just depends on whether you prefer a small mouse or not. My hands measure 19 by 10 centimeters and I can use either one, the Ultimate or Mini, no problem at all, although I do prefer the Mini size. When taking into account what's available on the market, I feel Razer's build quality seems much better than the likes of the Model O and Minus, and I recommend the wired Viper and Mini over them. So what's the next step for Razer? Clearly they only have one option, to make a wireless Viper Mini. This would make Razer the best mouse company ever in my eyes, with the best mouse lineup in the world, or on the market. The Viper Mini Ultimate would be an instant classic. I also wish they would re-release the Viper Ultimate without the stand, resulting in a flatter bottom and nicer skates underneath. Plus, if it didn't have the side grips, I can honestly say it would be my new main. But with the current glide issues and slippery rubber sides, I'm going to continue using my modded 65g G Pro wireless, which is a shame because I much prefer the Ultimate shape over the G Pro wireless any day. Anyway, I really hope you've enjoyed this comparison between the Ultimate and Viper Mini. My name's Mark from SilencedTech. I shall see you all very soon, guys. Goodbye.